Hey, today let's talk about an insane way to get red dust in PvP, super easy, so that you can either purchase yourself something new for your wardrobe or possibly take a chance with rolling armor or even a weapon. Now, before we get into that, we have to talk about the nerf that has happened with a few dungeons, if not all of them. If you did not know, in the recent hotfix that Blizzard sent out, I'll pop it up right now. Which you can see here is hotfix 6 and 7, June 8th, 2023, 1.0.2. This was released last night or 2 days ago by the time you're watching this. Now, take a look at the dungeon section. This states right here, quote, made further adjustments to elite spawn rates in dungeons, end quote. What this has done is lowered the chances for legendaries to drop due to the adjustments made towards the elite spawn rate. What's great is today I will be showing you an awesome workaround so that you can pick up a crap ton of legendaries. All of the proof is in today's video, so without further ado, let's dive into this. We are going to talk about the best way to pick up red dust, which is really not what you would expect, so we are going to head over here towards world tiers and change it to world tier 1. Now, you may see right here that I have actually spawned towards the bottom portion of the PvP area without swapping over to tier 1, and yeah, just don't do that. Make sure that you are on world tier 1 before you do make the change. As you can tell on the top right, I have it swapped over. The reason why we have this on world tier 1 is because the majority of players are on world tier 3 and they're all roaming around about doing their own thing. What I suggest is swap over to World Tier 1 so that you're sort of by yourself and you can then roam about. What I'm going to be showing you within today's video is something that not a lot of people are talking about. The most obvious way, which a lot of players have been trying to do, is just go straight in, attack these enemies, and then pick up the red dust. That way, also completing events. So, speaking of just taking out these enemies, you can absolutely do that, but what you can do instead is sort of do a rotation. You could then go after the boss in the middle, which, by the way, nobody was going after because literally there's nobody on World Tier 1, as I just mentioned a few seconds ago. You should see right here that the loot is going to drop as well as the Seeds of Hatred. This boss that roams the desert will drop about 2,000 worth of red dust. You can then pause the map, locate an event like so, and you can then zigzag back and forth between the two events, and I'm going to show you this right here. So, as you can tell, I went straight into this event, which is Jar of Souls, where you essentially just take out the enemies, pick up the green souls, and then send it straight to the jar or whatever the device is in the middle, and then you are rewarded with your Seeds of Hatred. Of course, you will need to defeat the boss. You are rewarded with a crap ton of Seeds of Hatred, aka red dust, and then from here you can just open up the menu, and if you're lucky like I was, you can then locate an event that's literally right next to it. This is during the Trees of Whisper, so there you go. So if you are like me here and you do have the two events back to back, you can just simply go to the event, go back to this event, and rinse and repeat multiple times. It does pop up each time. I'm not sure if this is intended or whatnot, yet I believe this is only possible during Trees of the Whispers. Once I picked up the good old Seeds of Hatred, I went over back towards the boss because it then respawned. This means we can then pick up another 2,000 worths of Seeds of Hatred. Absolutely love this method because this does allow you to pick up a good amount, and there's also some legendaries that can drop. Of course, you will need to be at least around World Tier 2 or World Tier 3 just to take advantage of this completely, because you will be at a higher level, and not including your power as well. See, the event has popped up once more, and I'm able to do this again. I was able to get 16,000's worth just by simply using this method right here within, I'd say, about 20 to 30 minutes, which is pretty dang good. So if you're trying to do this in World Tier 3 and you've been ganged up on by several players, this is going to be your best option. What you can do then, once you've collected enough, is of course you can take your chances with the vendor, with the unsavory oddities, and yeah, it's a great option. Or you can head over here and purchase some drip. right? Y'all need some good old drip, right? So just go over here and interact with this person, and you should be able to purchase some like I am here. I'm gonna purchase the leggings and just see how it looks. I will say I'm not too big fan of the PvP clothing. It just seems odd. It doesn't seem too spectacular in any means, but it's cool, and if you're one of the completionists out there, then you probably want to do this, so I would highly recommend it. Last but not least, we are going to talk about the best broken legendary and XP farm after patch, or more so after hotfix. We want to locate this spawn point, which is on the bottom, and let's go ahead and spawn there. If you have yet to discover this, then you can find it simply by traveling down below. It can be accessed early game. Once you have discovered this point of interest, you then want to locate the dungeon on the bottom, which will be Defiled Catacombs. Once you have located that sucker, let's go ahead and travel straight there. It's not too far, it's literally right around the corner. There are some skeletons nearby that are going to block your path. For the most part, it is easy to get by. Let's go ahead and jump right into this dungeon right here. So once you are in, you're just going to head straight in. You should see that there's going to be quite a lot of enemies here, including elites, and there's a lot here. I think this is one that they probably missed out on somehow, yet it is quite effective because I was able to pick up a crap ton of legendaries, and I'm going to be showing you this here in this clip. I'm not going to edit anything here so far, just to show you the spawn rate and show you just how many enemies are over here and what the XP is like. If you want to gain more XP, of course you can use your elixirs. The lowest one that you can pick up is at the start of the game, which is at level 5. That's the elite elixir, and that does give you 3% in XP. There is the better version of that, which is 5%, and I would highly recommend that you guys try using that one instead of the 3%, but if you are new to the game, then of course just work with what you have, which is the 3% boost. And if you want to take it in the non-solo approach, you can invite a teammate with you, and yeah, it's another great way of acquiring a good amount of XP. What you just saw there, of course, was the first legendary, and then moving along here, we will have the second legendary pop up, and then the third one, which is in the same clip, another legendary was again popping up. So I just wanted to show the proof so that you all know that right here is indeed the pudding, the proof that's within the pudding. I don't know, it's late here. It says I record at 10:29 and it's almost 1. And I should probably go to bed. But I gotta describe this stuff first. So once you have gone through it all, you can defeat the boss if that is your likely choice, but you do not have to do that. You can, of course, leave the dungeon at any point, either through your will, or if you just open up the menu there, or at the map specifically, choose leave dungeon. You can definitely do that way. Once you are outside of the dungeon, you just want to go back towards the main point of interest by simply hitting T. I'm not too sure what the button is on console. If you are on PS5 or Xbox, let me know down below, and I will then pin the information in the comment section. And okay, so we're right here. What we can do is then scrap the weapons or store the weapons and items that we just picked up. Once that has been done, you can then go back through the teleporter, and of course from there, once you're in front of the dungeon, go straight inside and you should see that everything has been reset. Great news, you can then farm all those legendaries, XP, gold, and everything up and above. So with that being said, thank you to everyone that's currently subscribed and is a member. If you're not subscribed, you can definitely do so by clicking that red button and the icon, and make sure that you're notified for all. If you have any questions, shoot them down below in the comments section. I will try to reply back as soon as I can. Again, thank you to everyone that is currently subscribed and is a member. Appreciate everything, and see you all in the next video.